I don't think I ever really said exactly why I am trying to run my engine down the way I am. I should probably start back when I had a CRV. It burnt oil pretty heavily. About the time I needed an oil change, which was completely coincidental, I would be down about 2 quarts of oil. And I knew this would happen because my oil light would just flicker really quickly when I would make a stop. So at that point, I knew I had to put 2 quarts of oil in and have an oil change. That's not why I got an oil change right then. It's just coincidental that it's like, oh, I probably should do an oil change. But anyway, that forwards to the car that I have now. A couple months ago, or a month and a half ago, I don't even remember anymore, I was driving and my oil light flickered, and I'm like, damn, I hardly have driven this car because this car's had a lot of problems. 2 weeks after buying it, it's a used car, but 2 weeks after buying it, my transmission literally blew up. A little bit later, not much further later, we're talking maybe a month after I got it back, because the car was in the shop for like a month. So just soon after I got it back, my catalytic converter got all clogged up, and so that and the whole exhaust system needed replaced. Thankfully, the dealership ate it because they said they stand by their products, and they covered it even though it wasn't covered under my warranty. Thankfully, the transmission was. I got an extended warranty, so I didn't have to pay for that. But that fast forwards to this. I saw the oil light flicker, so I went right away to the first place that I found that I could get oil, and I went and I got 2 quarts of oil. I cleaned off the dipstick, and it showed nothing on the dipstick, and I'm like, that's not good. So I added a quart, and I checked the dipstick, and there was still nothing. So I added the second quart, and there maybe was a little teeny bit on the dipstick after that, and I'm just like, well, shit. So I went inside and got one of the people working there, and we bought 2 more quarts of oil. And, he agreed that it was kind of weird, so we put in a 3rd quart of oil, and it brought it up a bit more, but it still wasn't where it really should be, so the guy added another half quart. So I put 3.5 quarts of oil into my engine, and it's a 5-quart engine, so it's just kind of like, that's not right, because I had not driven my car enough for it to have gone down like that, because my car was in the shop. I had been driving loaners for a couple months, so something was wrong, because I also knew that, when I got my car back, they had topped the oil off the last time. So anyway, I talked to the dealership about it, and they suggested that I do a 1,000-mile test. And what this involves is that I do an oil change, and they mark up the dipstick and put it in and tell me I can't touch it. So we did that, and in 1,000 miles, I was down 1.5 quarts. So they said that's not right. They said I could do a combustion engine cleaning, and they would see if the manufacturer would pay for it, and they did not. So the choice that I had at that point was to either do it myself, and I didn't really have the $500, or to just let the engine die. And unfortunately, immediately, what would make sense to me is the engine obviously had a fault. Something was wrong. And the manufacturer will replace the engine, but not until it fails. But if something's wrong with the engine, wouldn't you think they would do it before it fails? Because they're going to have to replace it one way or another, so why not do it before it fails? But that's not how they are. I have to run my engine down until it blows up, and then I'll get a new engine. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it's very nerve-wracking because I like to know what's happening, and I don't know what's happening with this. My friend told me what to expect, which does help a little bit because I really need to know what to expect. It really gives me high anxiety if I don't. So I'm waiting for my oil light to come on more often than it's not, and it's starting to get to that point. If my car is cool, hasn't been running a while, the engine or the oil light doesn't pop on as much. But what I'm waiting for is it to come on more often. The noises will start to get a lot louder, and eventually my oil light will be on, and at some point the engine light will turn on red, and I'll be hearing a lot of noises, a lot of sounds, and I need to pull over because the engine is going to die, and I won't have a whole lot of room to stop once it goes. So being on the interstate is not a good decision, so that's what I don't want to do. So I'm stuck with my job, staying in areas that are more rural and keep me off the interstate, which is why I'm going to where I'm going now. So anyway, that's the story behind this, and I just figured making a video would just kind of be cool because I'm sure there's other people that would be in this situation too, and knowing what to expect and seeing what to expect might be helpful for them. So anyway, that's my story, and I will get back to trying to make the videos, and we'll just see. I will talk to y'all later.